All right, here we are. This is We Play Games. I'm Walker, and I think this is probably going to be the last video for today. We're going to do health system laws. So in Victoria 3, you got a lot of different ways to modify your population long term. Some of the ways you can modify it long term would be things like population birth rate, but another way you can definitely help your population stay going is reduce mortality. And so your health system is really important. You don't want to neglect it unless, unless you just forget or you run out of the opportunity to. And it's also one of these tools that I think, because of the way that there's not really a whole lot of opposition to it, you're almost always going to be able to get it with pretty much any sort of combination of government options in terms of IGs. So you can almost always come up with a way to pass charity hospitals. Charity hospitals, because of IG support, it's almost always going to be endorsed by your devout, and it's almost always not going to be opposed by anybody else, which means all you really need to do in order to get charity hospitals on the book, and therefore keep your pops alive longer, keep them more productive longer, keep them more reproductive longer. Literally all you need to do is just get the devout into your government and enough bureaucracy to pay for it. And then you just click it and it will go. You do need medical degrees as well. That is also important. But that most countries will be able to get it by the time they have the bureaucracy necessary to go there. The private health insurance, and this is going to just give you a flat mortality bonus. So that means it's going to be really useful, especially at the beginning of the game when you have an awful lot of pops who are not particularly wealthy. It's going to be really neat that they can actually have the money necessary to have a mortality bonus or mortality reduction bonus. So the private health insurance is sort of like once your economy is moving, once everyone is wealthy, once they no longer want a flat mortality bonus, but rather a mortality per wealth bonus. So this is a lot of extra mortality reduction. It does, once you switch from a charity hospitals to private health insurance, it does mean depowering your devout a little bit, but your devout are going to get weaker and weaker as the game goes on anyway, just simply due to the pop types that are attracted to it. So you'll find that moving from charity hospital into private is going to be something that is going to be fairly easy to do. Your industrialists are usually going to be the ones letting you do that, but keep an eye out for it. Private health insurance, if you're really wealthy, if like you're a small country with a lot of industry going on, this might actually just be the strongest in the game for you. If everybody in your country is rich, even the lower strata people, simply because they are all working in incredibly high productive industries, then you might want to just be in private health insurance and ignore it. Because if you can get this mortality per wealth up beyond where public health insurance is, then it's just worth it to go there. But public health insurance, this is a mortality bonus a la the charity hospital. However, it does not power up the devout. So depending on what you want in terms of IG support, it's usually going to be something that you can get past anyway. I would recommend that, although you can do this before charity hospitals, or rather you could hold out for this instead of charity hospitals. I think typically it's worth it to actually power up your devout, because this is going to make them happy and strong, which is going to give you a big bonus to your population growth. Mortality is an interesting thing simply because it is going to be both applied to gainfully employed peasants as well as dependents, but typically you just want to make sure that you're doing as much as you can to grow your economy, which is going to mean using stuff that's dangerous. You're going to use dynamite, and that's where health systems are really going to shine alongside regulatory bodies. You're gonna keep a lot of pops alive and therefore making stuff for you. All right, that's Walker. That's health.